Forest nil, Arsenal nil. 2 points dropped, 1 point gain. Feels like 2 points dropped or opportunity missed. Back-to-back opportunity missed. We had back-to-back nil-nil draws, back-to-back draws in Premier League for probably a long time, and it feels sad because after seeing the way Man United dissected Man City and City getting that loss and opportunity for us to move 9 points clear, real free game swing, real buffer against City. 7 points is still a big lead, and I will give some perspective after or towards the end of this video. But it's a bit disappointing that Arsenal didn't really capitalise, take that opportunity for the second week in a row when City are showing frailties in the Premier League, and try and end their Premier League hopes to bed. So just gotta give my reaction to the game, give my thoughts, and obviously, yeah, man, we let it out, and then we probably move on to the Inter Milan and the Man United game. But yeah, man, the lineup came out. Obviously, a couple of changes. Mikel's changed up the wingers, put Madueke and Martinelli. Obviously, Raya come back in for Kepa. So I'm intrigued and I'm interested. Obviously, the fact that he's rotating the team and allowing the ringers to play. Keeping that competition. I think Arsenal were okay in the first half, kind of nullified Forest. Forest were okay in patches, especially towards the end of the first half, but Arsenal dominated possession, had a couple of good chances, most notably Martinelli's one who should have scored, definitely should have put on target. I think it was a kind of scuffed shot from Madueke, came and Martinelli anticipated where the ball was going to drop, but came off his heel on his left foot. I think if he went off his right foot there, finishes, even if he gets it on target there, he finishes, and that could have been an opportunity to kind of give us that 1 goal lead. Might have been the winner in the end. But Arsenal didn't do enough. I think Madueke was very lively. I think Gabriel Saliba defended excellent all game. Same thing with Ben White and Raya. I think Rice and Zubimendi were good from a defensive standpoint. Wanted a bit more on the ball. And I think, the likes of, Gyökeres, Odegaard and Martinelli were a bit disappointing in terms of just what they offered us on the ball. Same thing with Timber as well. In terms of his on the ball stuff, wasn't good enough. Second half, we're anticipating, I'm on watch along, I'm anticipating Arsenal kind of come out with a bit more intent, a bit more urgency, a bit more quality in terms of the chance creation and trying to put the game to bed, trying to take to the Forest. You kind of nullified them, kept the crowd under wraps for the most part, and you come out and do what Arsenal kind of have done all season in the second half, and we kind of struggled. I think Forest was still influential within the first half, winning fouls when they needed to, getting on the ball. Elliot Anston, I think, had another excellent game, completely pocketed Odegaard, if I'm honest with you, and just was dominant in that midfield. I think Gibbs White was lively in the game, so was Hudson-Odoi. Forest didn't really threaten. I don't remember them having any real good strike or Raya having to make any real save, so it wasn't even like a Forest that was threatening, and it was a game that Arsenal could have lost. I think Forest have good players, but they didn't really threaten Arsenal. But I think Arsenal didn't do enough to win the game. We had a couple of chances in the second half. I think Marino had a very good header from a corner, which he should have scored. I think Saka had a header from a cross. I think the cross was from Jesus, if I'm correct. Might be with Trossard. I think it might have been on his left foot. Saka does well to head it back to where it came from. It was an amazing face save from Sels. Like, he done very well to save that. It was going in. Would have been a good header from Saka. But then we didn't really create much after that. Like, trying to remember, is there any more threatening chances? Yeah, the Marino header, the Saka chance. Saka was a bit lively when he came on. Obviously, I didn't talk about the subs. Obviously, Mikel made a sub at half time, took off Martinelli, put on Trossard, probably just to bring up some quality. I think Trossard was better than what Martinelli offered us in the game, but wasn't enough. He then put on Saka for Madueke, he put on Jesus for Gyökeres, he put on Marino for Odegaard. I think all of those three players. Madueke was the most liveliest player. Definitely worked hard off the ball as well. Way better from him in that regard, and it was our greatest outlet off the ball. On the ball, taking on his man Nico Williams, getting crosses into the box, trying to make things happen. But Saka came on, you saw a bit more quality first action, good cross into the box for Rice, a couple of moments, some good crosses to the back post areas, and some good moments. Had obviously the chance with the header. Jesus was okay. Maybe Havertz might have been the better sub in terms of striking to bring on this game, but I think Jesus offered more than what Gyökeres was offering us. Still wasn't enough. It wasn't like he got any shots on goal. And yeah, Odegaard wasn't good today. I think in the last couple of games hasn't been at his optimum best. Eze was able to get on the pitch. I think Mikel later on took off Zubimendi for Eze, put Rice into the 6. Didn't really do much in the game when he came on again. I'm not gonna excuse him because he didn't have that much time, but still, the game was there for him to kind of be the winner, be influential. Didn't really do much, but yeah, it was one of those games where Sels made a good save. I think he got man of the match. Made a couple of good saves. To one against Saka, maybe another one. A couple of saves. Rice's shot. There was a couple of shots from the edge of the box, but Arsenal didn't do enough to punish Forest and take the game to them. As I say, when a team drops points and your rivals drop points. They're going to the title rivals, and they play before you, and you have an opportunity to go clear. There should be an extra level of intent, extra level of urgency, extra level of quality in which you play with, and Arsenal didn't really show that in this game today, and it is really disappointing in my opinion, because 7-point lead is still good. It's just still a good lead, and the draw at the end of the season, if it still leads us to the league, it's fine. But we want these opportunities, like the same way I felt against the Liverpool game where it was an opportunity missed. Same way today. Like, it's not like I'm going to lose my head. I haven't, again, got to lose faith in also losing the league. We're still going to win this league in my opinion. We're not seeing second again, and I think City have shown today that they have frailties. Showed last week, showed against Chelsea that they have frailties. They don't defend well. They can be got at, and like, yeah, they're feeling that pressure as well. They have no margin for error, and they're making a lot of error. And I guess Arsenal are kind of giving them continual lives to not just killing them. It's going to be tough. City have a tough couple of games. Spurs, I think Spurs away and Liverpool away. But Arsenal have United at home, who just showed a good performance. I think Arsenal will win that game and do well, but who knows with the way we played in our last 2 games, what we're going to come up, how clinical we're going to be, how deadly we're going to be, because we've got into that lull of finishing and just being creative and being deadly. That's the word. Being deadly, being clinical, and finishing the job is what we lack today, and it's disappointing, man. Don't think anyone stood out today. Don't think anyone stood out in a bad way. I just think we need to show a bit more quality. Whether that falls on Mikel in terms of, you know, the setup and to the team or the way we're playing. I think a lot of the players are just playing a lot, very lethargic, very slow, lack of intent, lack of wanting to take risks. Forest defended well in that compact 4-3, 4-4-2 shape, I think it was, tucked in the wingers very close to Anderson and Sangare, and wanted Arsenal to play out wide and we'll get players out there. They done well, man, but Arsenal need to do better. We know what's coming from these type of teams, and we need to do better, man. But we move. I'm not going to lose my head. I'm still confident that we can go on and win against Man United and, potentially stretch that lead, because City go to Anfield, and even though Liverpool drew against Burnley, I still think that will be a tough game for them to get the 3 points, because Liverpool have the players to kind of attack City and that defence, and, we'll see what happens. But maybe they might do the bridesmaid thing and Liverpool might just, fall down and let City win. But who knows? But Arsenal have got to handle their business, man. Like, if we handled our business for the last 2 games, we would have been, say 4 more points, we would have been 11 points clear. That should have been a mad advantage, but we haven't, so we move. Let me know what you guys think about the game. A bit disappointing. I'm very disappointed. I'm just not going to lose my head, but I'm disappointed that we've had another opportunity, 2 Premier League games in a row where we've got 2-0 draws, haven't been clinical, haven't done enough to really win that game, and come out where we could have put the title race, City and everyone to bed, and we still give a bit of life for them. But I'm still confident we're going to win the league. I'm not losing my head. I'm not angry at the players. Sometimes games go like this. Forest ground, Liverpool at home isn't the easiest games, and sometimes that's going to happen. It's how we bounce back. Same way, the United game isn't an easy game at all, but we've got to win that game. We've done well against them in the Premier League the last couple of years, so hopefully we have another round of that. But the Inter Milan game will be there. We'll be doing a watch along for that one, and hopefully I get a show with Steph going on maybe the next couple of days, just talking about this game and previewing that game as well. But it's been your boy KAPE. Comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next vid.